Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach, and it's Real Talk Friday. I want to talk about ministry for a minute. And a lot of times when we talk about ministry, a minister, a pastor, whatever that looks like, we believe they're the ones that have been called to ministry. And so even at church, a lot of times we get kind of twisted off, if you would, if the pastor or somebody else within the church does not say hi to us, and or maybe did not shake your hand or take time to talk to you. And so, a lot of times we get upset. And we believe also that is that role in particular, that they are the ones to go to a funeral. Ooh, sure. Can you tell it's been a long week? Anyway, they're the ones that, need to go and represent at a funeral or somebody in the hospital. That's their role. And when we put that on just those people, it gets tiring. Did you see me yawning? Because you're trying to do everything for everybody all over the place, and you're kind of in it alone. And so that's what I want to talk about. A lot of times I do hear people say, "You're the one called ministry, not me." That's not true. That is not true. And so let's go to Matthew 28, verse 16. Very long week. And so anyway, the Great Commission. Here's the Great Commission. Are you listening? And it says this: Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and he said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me," talking about from his Father. "Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and the Holy Spirit." And to hear 3rd John, wow, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end. The Great Commission. Go into all the world and make disciples of all nations. And again, we don't see that like we should. If you are a Christ follower, just like these disciples have been told by Jesus for them to go and tell the good news of Jesus Christ, you have been told to do the same thing. If you accepted Christ, you are a Christian. You have been called to ministry. You have been called to ministry. And so stop sitting back with your arms folded, letting everybody else say hello to everybody, going to visit people at the hospital. That's one thing I love about Rock Bottom Outreach. Everyone's to the understanding of this. I'm not in a higher position than anybody else is. Brenda's not, Ron's not. We've all been called to do the same thing. And so quickly, I will send somebody to say, "Man, if you're in this neck of the woods, I need you to go to the hospital and check on this person." We're all the same people. Our status is level at the foot of the cross. Can you dig it? And so, but what we're talking about, can somebody get a brother a cup of coffee? And so we're talking about as a vocation, as a career, a higher calling. Okay, to say, I'm going full-time into ministry. That's what you're referring to. Do you feel called to make that a full-time career? Okay, that is what that's referring to. Because bottom line, we've all been called into ministry. It's a different deal when you feel called full-time. And specifically, I want everybody to go to Starbucks and get me a Black Eye, the strongest coffee that they make, and have them put 5 extra shots in it, because as a former addict, that's what you do. Man, go big or go home, baby. But anyway, obviously, when everyone steps up and takes responsibility as a Christ follower to do ministry, it doesn't just fall to one person that sits here in front of a video camera or my iPhone, if you would, and yawns 5 times during a 4-minute video that shows how tired that old boy is. And I'm kidding, because again, we try to delegate out. But I just want to encourage you to today, when you go to work, to take the approach that you have been called to minister to others, into ministry, to share the good news of Jesus Christ, the Great Commission. I'm going to turn this off now before I yawn one more time. Man, I need a siesta. We need to bring back the siesta. Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's been Real Talk Friday. Have a great day. I'm not going to yawn. I'm not going to yawn one more time. Have a great day.